starting our city council meeting here pretty soon. And let's go. Hey, excuse me.
157.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So they put me this last round, they put me on maintenance. If I can keep my numbers down on this maintenance dosage, the next 2-3 checks, then they're talking about doing a 3-week interval instead of 2. But, yeah. $49.
How are you? All right, how are you? Good, thanks. Troublemaker, he says.
Is she gonna get a full recovery?
It's looking really good, yeah. It's a long road.
I couldn't believe it when I heard that.
47, right?
Yeah.
You guys were kids. You guys were kids back in the day.
No, I was not older than that.
Not that much older.
10. But yeah,
You're
she's
not that much older than me, are you?
57.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're only a few years.
Yeah. What else is new?
Not much. It's like, see, I've got furnace over there. I was digging and digging and digging, looking for something that somebody ordered or something or
So we didn't
rejected.
have a choice.
No, I know, and I was like, I kept looking because there's always, that somebody will like, oh, this is too small or this is too big, and then we're stuck with it because I've taken it out, opened the box, put it in, so I didn't use it, but you can't return it. So.
Yeah, no, Ruben took care of us. He did a good job. She was a little bit, so.
Yeah, they do a lot of good work. So, how's the new year looking?
Okay.
Yeah.
We got most of our projects done last year, so this year will be more or less maintained. Start building funds back up for.
Saving where you can.
Yeah.
It's like I know you guys have had it tight, so.
Yeah. But we try every 5 years to do a playground thing, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you have kind of a rotation?
Yeah,
Where
we
you,
just did one last
Yeah.
year, Tower Park. Next it's South Park.
Well, that'll be the spendy one.
Always is. Hot seat there, Ash?
So they're gonna go through all their opening stuff. Then there's gonna be public comments. I'm gonna go up and talk. This is the epitome of think local, act local, and that's why I'm here. That's why I plan on being at every one of these meetings I can be at, and school board meetings. And I'm gonna start trying to take time out from work and go to county commissioner meetings. So make sure you like this, hit that thumbs up, share it out, and think about thinking local and acting local. So, got a new administration in now, a new mayor and a couple of new council members. So,
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the January 13th, 2025 council meeting to order. All council members are present. I do apologize. I'm getting over a cold, so I hope you can all hear me and understand. We move on to item number 3, the oath of office for Brett Cohen.
and that I will faithfully justify, impartially discharge my duties of the office of council of the city of Spring Valley in the county of Fillmore in the state of Minnesota, to the best of my judgment and ability, so help me God.
You're welcome. Let's move on to approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 5, consent agenda. And it's the minutes for the special meeting on December 26, 2024, and January 2nd, 2025, as well as the January preliminary accounts payable.
I will do it.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side. Consent agenda passes. And item number 6, visitors. We have 2 people on the visitor list. Before we do that, though, I do want to state, I did take down the rules for a time being. I want to review those and take a closer look at them and see which ones are needed and necessary and add or remove. So for the time being, we will not have those rules posted. First on the list is Todd Moore.
Yes.
You come up to the podium, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Todd Moore, live on South Broadway. My concern is numerous times my neighbor and I have complained to the neighbor on South Washington, to the sheriff, about burning trash. He will sit out there, he will burn his garbage. He comes into my house, his house. Numerous times the sheriff has been over there. I don't know if he's gotten a fine, the guy continues. I came down to the city today because all I can smell is burning trash in my house. He's got his fireplace going. You can smell plastic, you can smell the garbage, and he's got it mixed with the wood also. But I went out this afternoon, all I can see is a nice white cloud smoke, dark like the clouds. It stinks up there, it stinks in my house. Something needs to get done with this guy burning his trash. He got a letter submitted to him today, I'm assuming, but this is an ongoing thing that does not stop. This guy, I mean, I can tell you one thing, if I got caught burning and a $500 fine, I'd be done. I wouldn't do it, but this guy continues to burn his trash in the house, outside. You can listen to him with a blowtorch outside, starting his fireplace in the summer, and then all you do is smell trash all over the place. And it's getting really, we're fed up with it. It's like, do something, or I don't know. I mean, all of us neighbors up there are getting upset of smelling trash. And it's the burned plastic, but like today, I understand you got your fireplace going, you see smoke coming out. Well, when you got a pile of smoke coming out that looks like the house is on fire inside, and you can smell plastic, tin cans, you can smell the trash mixed in with the wood, it's getting unbearable. Can't even have my windows open in the summer because he's burning his trash all the time. And that's all I have to say, thank you.
Thank you. Pearson.
I want to start off the new year by saying congratulations to everybody who's taken a new seat or back to a seat or new mayor. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing what this new administration does. I was pleasantly surprised to see that the rules were already removed and that they're being reviewed. I think that's a positive step and really says a lot about the mindset of allowing people to be able to speak their minds. Because not everybody's idea of decorum is the same as the next, and it's very difficult to define decorum. I I know that the last time that I was here, I was a little fired up, and I don't know that an apology is what I'm offering, but I'm saying that I'm working on that, but I was very frustrated with the situations at hand, and, a little disappointed in some of the body posture response I was receiving, and that, to me, was very frustrating, and I know that the issue that I addressed, part of that's already been addressed, I've already received some assurances about an aspect of that, but what I would like to do with that going forward is to say that I know that not everybody understands some of what I was doing that night. But none of it was a gotcha. None of it was meant to get anybody. It was literally for my own, recording. That's it. It wasn't until after the fact that I said, no, I'm not, this is going to be different than what I planned. I have listened through on numerous occasions to the audio that was recorded by Deputy Rindle's buddy, Mike. I'm disappointed I had a judge ask to have me arrested. I had another judge ask to have me escorted throughout the entire voting process. And then another judge wanted to relegate me to voting in my car. And those are things you might expect maybe in a banana republic, or maybe even in the cities. It's not what I expected here. And I don't know that there's anything that can be done in regards to that, but it, to me, was very over the top. And I will give you my assurances going forward that unless it turns into something where it happens again, I'm probably not gonna be that frustrated like I was. But I do appreciate, like I said, the assurance in the case of the one individual. But I would like to encourage the council going forward to have a very strong conversation with election judges about what they can and cannot do, and the things that they can and cannot say, or even ask for, like literally an arrest. So, Justin, congratulations. Chris, congratulations. Brett, I was right, yeah, I think I got it right. Congratulations, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do as you work together for the betterment of our community in the coming year, especially. So, and I'll be here more. So, thank you.
Moving on to item number 7, resolution 2025-01, resolution naming the official newspaper.
I'll make a motion.
Any further discussion?
I'm sorry, who is that?
Me.
Thanks.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And resolution passes. Item number 8, resolution 2025-20, resolution naming official depository.
We use all our banks here in town.
Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve resolution 2025-02.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The resolution passes. Item number 9, resolution 2025-03, corporate banking resolution.
Those are just for the side, so we know when you guys approve who to sign the checks and have the funds.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
All right, motion and second. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Resolution passes. Item 10, resolution 2025-04, resolution setting fees for 2025.
The rental fee and assessment search fee are both increased. Rental fee was $25.75. Assessment search fee was $15.25.
Motion?
Motion to approve resolution 2025-4.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Resolution passes. Item number 11, resolution 2025-05, resolution establishing coverage for injuries to elected and appointed officials.
This is needed for our work comp. I'll move to approve resolution 2025-05.
Second. Motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Resolution passes. Item 12, resolution 2025-06, resolution establishing reimbursables for the city personal policy.
The mileage rate was updated, it's probably.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion for resolution 2025-06.
Second. Motion and a second, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Resolution passes. Item 13, resolution 2025-07, resolution designating official appointments. There's one note, I think that'd be new printouts of that. There were two missing from the library board, which have been updated on that new printout. It'd be Trish Johnson for 2 years and Angie Reed for 3 years.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-06.
I'll second.
Motion and second, is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Resolution passes. One quick note, I would like to get the tourism board going again. There's one individual that is not a Spring Valley resident that is interested in being on that board. So I would need council approval to allow that individual either on that board or at all boards that do not live in Spring Valley. The only exception we currently have is the library, which has a, I think it's a. Yeah. Right.
I think that's a topic we should discuss at a work session, so that we can determine who we are going to maybe open all boards or all committees up to, and have a discussion about who we want to fill those vacant positions. I think that would be something we should discuss in detail at a work session.
Sure. Absolutely. All right, so then moving on to item 14, resolution 2025-08, resolution allowing wires ACH bank payments.
Most of it.
Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve resolution 2025-08.
Second. All right, motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Resolution passes. Item 15, resolution 2025-09, resolution of policy to allow payment before council authorization of certain invoices.
Budgeted items, mainly utilities and things that are, we don't want to service charge on.
I'll move to approve resolution 2025-09.
motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The resolution passes. Item 16, liability coverage waiver.
Typically in the past, you've not waived for liability.
I'll make a motion not to waive the liability coverage.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 17, the Spring Valley Historical Society annual funding request.
It's budgeted $12,500.
Necessary to do.
I'll make a motion for the Spring Valley Historical Society and funding request.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 18, the improvement project update with Drew Weber.
Council, Mr. Mayor, thank you for having me here tonight. As we've talked about before, there's a few improvement projects that we're working through the closeout process with. Projects have been completed, quantities have been reviewed, and so we're just waiting on the closeout documentation. Since the last council meeting, we received closeout documentation, and we reviewed all of the necessary requirements for the 2023 street improvement project, which was the Broadway mill and overlay. There's work in the alley and then Territorial Road as well. So we had reviewed that, and tonight I would recommend making a motion to approve the final pay application to Rochester City Travel for that project. We have been in contact with you and they're still working through their process, but I would assume next council meeting we have both of those projects going as well.
That's number 18.
Huh?
That's number 18.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
So is there a motion to, or is there a motion for the 2023 improvement project pay estimate number 5R final?
Motion to approve the final pay estimate by the mayor for the 2023 improvement project.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, 25-5 Tracy Road Street Improvement, plans and bid document.
Yes, so, included in your packet with an excerpt of your documents, full funding specifications, specifically that advertising for bid. So we wrapped up plans and specs, and, what I'd be asking of you tonight would be approval of those funding specifications, allowing us to take the project out, for bid, so we advertise it with the Fillmore County Journal. Some key dates to note would be bid opening is scheduled for February 18th, a little earlier than we had laid out in our PER, shuffling around the schedule. Thank you for allowing that. With that, I would bring those bid results back to you on a special meeting, which we have tentatively scheduled for February 24th. At that time, you basically receive the bids and then call for that assessment hearing, because the city's utilizing those special assessments as part of funding for this project. So that assessment hearing would be scheduled for March 31st. And at that time, council would have that opportunity to award to that low bidder. Any questions related to that? In general, the project scope has stayed the same since that PER, which is a street utility reconstruction project for Tracy Road or Facade 8, basically from Broadway Avenue or Trunk Highway 6316, extending through the Section Avenue intersection, and then a slight extension down Warren for a sidewalk
connection and some utility connections there as well. So in general, project scope has stayed the same. We're lining up right with our original cost estimate. So, like I said, I'm just looking for a resolution approving plans and specs. Any questions?
So we'll move on to the resolution 2025-10, resolution approving plans and specifications and ordering advertisement for bids.
I'll move to approve resolution 2025-10.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Resolution passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one note, might not be on the agenda, something. So we met as a committee, for the active transportation grant application. We met as a committee back December 18th, it was a long time ago with all the holidays. We reviewed survey results, talked as a group, and then also looked at what are the guidelines and requirements of that active transportation grant. So we modified the project scope slightly to fit the grant, better, and then we also, we're staring at a fairly large gap in the trail system, not a large gap, but an obvious gap in your trail system, so we, made a proactive approach to include that into the grant application as well. So, we'll work with city staff to get that grant submitted this week, and hope for the best. So, otherwise, that's it. Anything else for me?
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll move on to reports, starting with public works.
I saw you jump.
We'll move on to parks.
I just got a couple things, community centers will work great, the influences are keeping up, these are all over there. Busy during the week, all our normal, runners, we have, exercise class in there twice a week, cards in there twice a week, senior diving, taekwondo, Kiwanis, and, kids and plays in there, and it's nice, we practicing, so it stays pretty busy. On recreation, we have our youth basketball going, we started our, home games, the last 2 Saturdays we were up there, great turnout. Lots of teams, it was fun. I'd like to thank the volunteers there. We have 6th grade boys is Giles Thomas, 5th grade is Julie Warren, 4th grade boys is Thomas Lenz. For the girls in 6th grade, Jim Hupka and Mike Lucy are sharing it. In 5th grade, Lisa Kimball and Marissa Wolfram. And lastly, 4th grade, Paisley Larson and Greg Bernard. So we got a great group of young volunteers, and Dylan Osterhus, volunteers to help any level that wants. Because he's one of the JV coaches for the boys, so he comes in every week. So thanks to those guys for Street Park. As you can see, the ice is down, and they're skating up there like crazy. And a big thanks to Jim Edgar and Travis Hyman for helping make the ice. They are really good at it. And lastly, we're working on trying to get all the forms on, so you can go right online and fill them out. So you don't have to come in and fill out the paper anymore. We're hoping to have that done by the time the pool and summer rec registration comes out. So you go fill it all, pay online, you don't even have to sign. So, besides that, we'll have people all Chris and Jordan are on, but we'll get through it to let it warm up a little. Any questions? Thank you.
Melissa, you're welcome.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Like John said. Keeping up.
Thank you. Nice. If you're,
It's kind of had a slower time at the library too. We're preparing for the transition of operating systems that Subco is going to be implementing on May 1st. So we're cleaning up our patron records and our library collections. We also have 2 staff trainings coming up that will require us to close the library for a day, because all of the staff will need to attend those trainings. So we'll do them together, and those days are Tuesdays, and they're January 28th and February 25th, and we'll advertise that well in advance. Bill will be close for that training. We continue to have our story times the first and third Fridays of the month, and we have a very dedicated, group. They, show up almost every week, so it's really fun to get to know those kids pretty well. In February, we're going to start our history series at the library with local community stories. We'll do some from Wyckoff, from, Spring Valley, Cherry Grove, Forestville, kind of in the area, and we'll probably have someone from the History Center in Buckland come over to talk about Farmer County history. So we'll get those scheduled. We've already started scheduling our summer reading program events, with just one Wednesday yet to fill, and that will run through June and July. And we'll have a magician, a phone party, storytellers, crafts, owls, and creatures. We have a cat called, who's the creature teacher. Most coming up, we have Take Your Child to the Library Day on Saturday, February 1st. We will be similar to last year, and we'll have some crafts, some readers. We'll do a family movie on the new TV in the fireplace room. And so we'll just have a day when hopefully a lot of families will come in and utilize the library. Our construction project's kind of on hold until the weather warms up. And then when our grant agreement is approved, we'll begin ordering and preparing more for that. So it's kind of a planning month this month.
When's your meeting?
On the 23rd.
So the 23rd?
Yep, we're at 6 p.m. in the conference room. It would normally be this Thursday, but since it was kind of early, they pushed it back.
Okay, and it's in the conference room, yeah.
And, I'll add you to our list, and
Yeah.
so you get a monthly agenda.
We'll move on to public safety.
Good evening, congratulations, welcome to the board. Let's see, we averaged 1 call per day this month so far. 2 times we've had second trucks out, and 1 male, 1 male, 1. Last year's numbers, we had a total of 547 calls with 559 patient contacts. There's some of those 2-birds or 3-birds being correct. We did hear at the end of December that we did get some of the monies that were set aside for rural EMS, and then yet the sidewalks didn't come with all of that. It was just a little less than 109,000. It's based on call volume. CPR class is coming up for some of the local daycares and fire departments. I think anything else, we had spent some money on the door, garage door opener last month. And we're working on, getting some batteries for radios. Anything else, Michael?
The floor is completed.
The floor is done.
Looks nice.
Census sort of done, they did a very nice job.
We're kind of in the middle of this time of year is research for the first responders and the EMTs and CPR and that type of stuff, so we're kind of in the middle of all that. That'll be wrapped up by the end of March, and then the first responders will be in October.
Yeah, we have, except for 4 people on our staff, everybody else is reserving in March. So it's a scramble, and about 6 of them are brand new that have never done it before, so it's kind of making sure everything is in order. It helps a lot with Southeast EMS because they keep track of a lot of that for us. It's just a matter of working the system, because you have to apply for this and get that approval, and then you have to go and apply for this, and it's, if you're not familiar with it, it's tedious. Do y'all have any questions?
Ted Sherwood left?
Oh, yes, that was on my list up here, it's not written down, so it gets lost. Yeah, Ted did resign effective January 6th. He's living in Austin, and the kids, and it was just getting very, very hard for him to put in any sort of commitment.
Are you looking for more people to?
Always. There is the first EMT class that is still very tentative over in Grand Meadow. I heard through the grapevine they didn't have enough people, and that may be canceled. looking to do an EMR class, which is a great way to have kind of a bridge, but we'd rather have EMTs, and we're waiting to find a class or a couple people interested. That would help.
Thank you.
Any questions?
What's that cost?
Pardon me?
What's it cost?
If it goes through Riverland, Riverland College, it's $1,600 per student. And if you're pre-approved, there's a process, but oftentimes the city pays for that cost. With a commitment of 2 years.
If you go through the process and put in 2 years, then you don't need to, pay it back, but if you leave before the 2 years, then we have them sign a document that they repay the city.
It's prorated to how much time you put in.
And how do you go about getting people to?
Word of mouth.
do their work?
Yeah, some of the ones that we have that most recently joined, it was like literally I went next door and knocked on the door and said, hey, would you like to do this? And she's like, okay. So it's word of mouth, people you know, people you see. As I'm getting older, so the people I see are older and they're not really interested, but if you see any other people that are interested, please send them, give them the ambulance phone number or send them to the ambulance and we'll talk to them, maybe skinny on everything that needs to be done. What their commitment would be like. Or our expectations of their commitment.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Dustin?
Since last meeting, we had 0 calls, so it's been real quiet, knock on wood, it's a good thing. Other than that, all we've had is 1 training since, we did a pre-planning walkthrough through Mumford's building down here, he's doing some, reconstruction and stuff up in the upstairs, so we went through, kind of see what some of these buildings look like. Everyone is different from North Providence all the way to the south, so I mean, it was nice to get in, see something. Unfortunately, the majority of the time we were in there, it's when they're on fire, and it sucks because the ceilings, they're this tall, but when you walk in, it's only 7, 8 feet tall, and there's 3, 4 ceilings in there, false ceilings, so it's nice to see when it's all kind of tore apart and see what it was like, so we did that, and that's about it. All I have. Thank you. Any questions?
Yep. Thank you. Well, Randall, do you have anything you'd like to add? Public safety?
I would assume Swinger submitted a report.
He did.
I guess my only reminder is winter parking. No parking on city streets without a permit. Seems like we've been doing a pretty good job of not parking on the street, so. Like in November, it was a pretty good set of warnings that were given out that kind of made people realize that they can't park on the street, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
Alright, council updates, Brent?
Pretty hard to give an update in one of the meetings. But next time, guys.
Chris?
I just would like to say thank you to all the people that voted for me. I was blown away, and I just hope that I can, fulfill and do, everything that they have their trust in me to be on this again for another 4 years. I feel very honored again to be on, so I would like to thank all of them for voting for me.
John?
I just want to encourage the new council members, even if you're returning, to the League of Minnesota Cities and sign up for some of the seminars that are given, for the new council members. John and I had attended the Meet First way back when we were elected to council.
No, you guys did, but I didn't make it, but I did do all the online stuff.
Yeah, the in-person one has so much valuable information, especially when it comes to learning the do's and don'ts of making sure you don't violate open meeting laws. And, because you'd be surprised how easy it is to do something and violate one of those open meeting laws. And so they really focus on that and how we run things like that, and kind of parliamentary procedure for the meetings and how they should flow and things like that. So like I said, when we attended in person, you really learn a lot. So they're very, very helpful. So I encourage you to go out to their website and see all the things that I offer. Take as much as you can.
Thank you. So, on the mayor's report, first I want to say a big thank you to Tony Archer and Greg Brooks for their service to our community and to the council. A big hand in a lot of things when you serve on council, so I appreciate everything they did. And secondly, I would like to encourage all of the residents of Spring Valley to unite. There's a lot of division in our country, in our state, and even in our city. Spend some time getting to know your neighbors, help them out. It's a lot of times easy to call City Hall and complain about your neighbor than it is to go next door and just offer help. I would encourage you to have a discussion with your neighbor first before you take action. And then more broadly, I would like to see individuals just volunteer. There's a lot that you can do in your community. Get involved. And then with groups and organizations, we need to band together. We can do a whole lot more together than we can separately. And I think there's a lot of great ideas, a lot of great initiatives that can't quite get there because we don't have the support we need. And so, if groups and organizations did that, I think we could achieve a whole lot more. So, I think 2025 would be a great year for unity. That's all I have. So the last item is adjourned. That's my motion. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
I will mention that next time. Just keep Who did she do that to me?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know. No, you're cold.
Yeah, no,
You
that's-
All right. So, it was a good race.
I think
So,
we can have
appreciate it. Just because I felt bad for leaving you out, even though you didn't run.
Re-elected.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You did run this time. I should know. I was there at the forum. So,
I'm sure that's the first thing that goes to mind.
you stopped that. That's been I was up at 4:10 this morning, so that's what I'm blaming it on. But, high expectations, very high. You might need a ladder to reach them.
Thank you for that.
Don't apologize.
I like to get the handrail.
I don't blame you. All right. Yeah, it's you're talking about it being cold, Roy? Cold in El Paso? Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. I feel so bad for you, Roy. It was -5 this morning when I left for work. And that's after I'd been up for a couple of hours. So, some of you may notice that when they do the Pledge of Allegiance, I don't do it. So, I have a problem with the Pledge of Allegiance because I'm not pledging allegiance to a flag. We're not a nation. We are a country. So, and there is a very distinct difference there. And I'm also going to be probably at the next meeting addressing them about Jugs, you have me on Facebook, so message me and I'll let you know. Yeah, as I was saying, the next meeting, if I speak, I'm planning to address their oaths and what that means and why it's important. I wanted to finish up my conversation with them about how I was treated on election night. But I want you guys to recognize when I say think local, act local, I'm trying to be consistent. And it is a very important topic to me. And I'd like to see more and more people be inspired to go out and think local and act local. Start going to your meetings. And I know it's not easy for everybody. Some people are shut in. And it's a really important thing for us. This is how we take our republic back, is by getting involved at the local level. Because if we can raise them up to a standard of performance, then they can stand in between us and tyranny. But they have to know that that's what we expect of them. And that's why I do what I do. Roy, I was also in Germany, and I know wild chicken and Baumholder and Graf very well, and I would take their cold over mine. But so I hope you guys do well. And Hohenfelds, yes, Hohenfelds. But yeah, I hope you guys are all well, and more new content coming out, new seasons of Libertarian Lowdown, more Drive Time Dialectics coming up, and more episodes of TC and Friends Monday Night Musings. We're on season 4, folks, and some of you have been here with me for quite a bit of it. Some of you are relatively new, and I appreciate every one of you. Boring content, I know. It's not what everybody expects. I know everybody wants the sexy content. They want all the excitement and the yelling and the screaming. They want First Amendment audits. That stuff's all important, but this is even more important, if you ask me. They're all This is an incredibly important, pivotal, bedrock thing that we should all be doing. So I hope you guys are all well. Have a good night. I'm going to go home and make some dinner and get ready to go to bed so I can work out in the morning. So talk to you all soon. Until next time, fight for your freedom. It is yours. Fight for your liberty. It belongs to you. And sic semper, it's freaking cold, Tyrannus.